Wow, you guys, just wow. That's all I can say. As the saying goes, you often have to experience some rain in order to see some rainbows. And in my case, we've seen a lot of freaking rain over these years. For those of you who've been following me, you'll know that the past few years have been filled with so much unbelievable disappointment, so much struggle, so much sacrifice, so much anticipation and expectations and letdowns, along with some very, very deep valleys following races. And, you know, some of you may know that I've never really considered myself an athlete. I still struggle with that term. I don't consider myself an athlete. It's hard to call myself an athlete. And that's because I haven't been blessed, I don't think, with any specific talent. I wasn't born an athlete. I wasn't born fast, so to speak. I never was an athlete when I was younger. I didn't even run my first 5K until 2007. To this day, I don't still consider myself particularly fast. What I do consider myself, though, is a really, really stubborn person. You know, I think that part of my way of approaching life is that if I find out that I'm deficient in something, it makes me want to work harder. And, you know, so I think that's how I've gotten to the point where I am now, and I'm still not that fast. I mean, I was very lucky at this race. Everything just kind of came together to make the race that I've been wanting for so many years and trained so hard for. And it was just so unbelievably amazing to just finally watch all that hard work come together. I mentioned before that I've had a lot of disappointment, and a secret that I haven't really been telling you guys is that last winter I actually just about quit triathlon. I had someone mention to me, you know, maybe this whole full distance really isn't for you. You seem to not been having some very good races. And I began to, you know, wrestle with those thoughts and with those negative words in my head, and I thought, you know, maybe they're right. Maybe this is just a sign I'm just not meant to do this anymore. And you know, earlier in the winter, I had just sent my application away to the Rev3 age group team, and just kind of threw it out there and said, we'll see what happens. And right around the time when I was actually considering giving up triathlon, I got a call from the folks at Rev3 asking me to join the age group team. And you know, I consider myself a spiritual person, and I just took that as a sign that, you know what, it's not time to give up on that. Many of you know I have one of my favorite quotations or statements that I like to live by is that there will be a day in which you can no longer do this, and today is not that day. And when I got that call from Rev3, I thought, you know what, this is a sign, today is not that day. And you know, I said, let's just see what happens. And with everything that's happened in the past year, I think the most important thing is I've reclaimed my joy for this sport. Many of you have noticed and remarked on this transformation, so to speak, that you've seen of me finally, you know, finding the love in it that I had at the beginning that was lost for so many dark years. And I think that that's what translated over to some really good races this year. So I think, you know, what happened this past weekend was a combination of some really great training, being really, really stubborn, and just having the right mental attitude going into it. You know, I do most of my training solo, and, you know, for many people, triathlon is a solo sport. But even if I'm out there training or racing alone, there is such an unbelievable network of support behind me. And I just want to take a minute to thank a few people. I have to thank, first and foremost, my coach, John Hirsch, who, no matter what, always pushed me and listened to me and was just such an unbelievable coach and a dear friend over these years. So thank you to my coach, and of course to the wonderful Rev3 age group team who's taken me in and made me feel like family, and just gave amazing support. Of course, all the sponsors, I won't list them all, but I'm still very poor, and so I could not be doing what I'm doing if it weren't for all the sponsors. All my friends and amazing family, you guys know who you are, I don't need to name you. Your love and support has just kept me sane through this whole process. And, you know, finally, I need to thank you guys. You guys have supported me through everything, and I'm going to get a little choked up here, but you know, I really think that if it weren't for the incredible network of support that I've had from all of you guys over these years and encouragement, I really think that I would have given up this sport a really long time ago. And when I was out there racing, it was just, I was getting emotional from the very beginning because there were so many people out there supporting me in person, but more than the in-person people, I could feel all of you, all of your love and support reaching out from all over the world. And, you know, I still don't understand why you guys like to read my website or support me. I don't think I'm anything particularly spectacular, but you know, the fact that there is such an incredible network of people all around the globe rooting for me to succeed and just being there behind me, all of you guys were just giving me that push that I needed towards the end. So I have to thank everybody. Thank all of you for all that love and support. I think I'm beginning to ramble a little bit, but I just wanted to take some time and give a face-to-face heartfelt thank you. And I just want to remind you guys that, again, I'm not an athlete. I didn't come from an athletic background. I just worked really, really hard. So please, you know, keep that in mind when you're really struggling. Just remember that you don't have to have a particular level of talent. You just have to be willing to be really, really stubborn. And you guys can achieve anything that you set your mind to. So thank you guys all very much for all of your support. And for everything, and you know, I think this is just the beginning, and I'm really excited to see where everything goes from here. So just remember, you guys, keep working hard, stick to your guns, stick to your goals, and go out there and give a great big roar. Bye.